Yeah, so with that, I am going to turn it over to Abby. She is a wonderful educator with the museum, and she is going to take us through this super fun activity. But before we get started, I'm going to make sure you have a piece of paper and maybe some markers or crayons. So colors are going to be important. So if you need a minute to go get your crayons or your markers, go do that real quick.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm going to start talking about what we're doing today. But yeah, like Carrie said, if you need a moment to grab some crayons or markers or a pencil, go do that. We won't be getting started for another second or two. Today, we're going to be getting creative and designing our very own planet. We'll be doing our best to make planets that could actually exist in our universe, in our solar system. But sometimes we might get a bit silly with our planets, and that's okay. So I'm just going to be drawing my planets with some simple markers. You can use any art supplies. Hopefully you've got some lying around that you can grab. And if, like Carrie said, if you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to tell me in the chat and we'll get to those. So maybe while you all are grabbing some markers and paper to use, I have a question for you to answer in the chat. So what exactly is a planet? If you have any ideas of what a planet needs to look like or needs to be made of, maybe tell Carrie those in the chat. See if you can type your answers there. And I'll give us a minute just to kind of think and type. But be thinking about what can make a planet.
Yeah, so Lucas says his explanation is too long.
Oh, that's a good point.
Maya says a celestial body with its own atmosphere and gravitational force. We have gas.
That is awesome.
It needs to be big and able to move. Dust particles pressed together by gravity. Rocks. A body that's a rough sphere and orbits a sun. Round circle, a marble in space, just bigger. A sphere, a giant ball of gas, a big rock floating in the space. That's from Hugo. Orbiting a star, a core, a sun to orbit.
Ooh.
And large spheres with gravitational force and made with gas and dust. So all kinds of answers.
Awesome. Those are some awesome answers. And I'm going to say the things that I know that make a planet, but I think a lot of you have already said these things. So you guys are on it. Right now, we say that to be a planet, the planet has to orbit a star, be the shape of a sphere, and be big enough that it doesn't have any other big objects. So moons are okay, but things that are bigger than moons, they mess up the planet's orbit. So you guys, you're on your stuff. That's awesome. Great answers. All right, so hopefully you have a piece of paper and some markers to follow along now. I'm going to get to work on my planet. So first of all, let me switch over and I'll show you my setup. So we're going to be rolling some dice today to make decisions about our planets. And first, we're going to figure out what size my planet will be. Planets can be all sorts of sizes. So I'm just going to roll my dice to see how big this planet that I'm going to draw right now is. And also, you might notice my paper is gray, which might be kind of weird, but I thought it showed better up on Zoom. So I've got some cool gray paper with me today. So I'm going to roll my dice and see what
Maya asked if they can roll their own dice. And so, yeah, right?
That's an awesome point that I forgot to mention. So yes, you can roll your own dice. You can also Google your own dice if you don't have some physical ones like I do. And that will let you roll it. That's kind of an easy way to get around that. Or you can just follow along with me throughout this program and do what I do. And your last option is just to pick an option that you like and go with it. So great question. You can do any of those things. It's all about making a fun planet. Cool. Okay, so time for me to roll my dice to see how big my planet's going to be. For this one, I'm going to say if I roll a 1, my planet's going to be really small compared to the other planets in our solar system. And if I roll a 6, I'll say my planet's going to be huge. So let's see what happens. Feel free to roll your own dice or pick a number you like.
Abby, you are actually frozen. We hear your audio just fine, but your picture has stopped. Oh, you're back. Okay.
I'm back. Okay, cool. That is very interesting. I will keep going, and if it freezes again, I'll close down the fancy setup I have that shows you the numbers. So let me know if that happens again. But I have rolled a 3. 3 means that my planet's going to be kind of medium sized. So I'll give you kind of an idea of what that means in our solar system. So we tend to think of the Earth as being a medium-sized planet because it's what we know. And for this demonstration, I'm going to be comparing the size of Earth to this turtle because it's the only thing I had that worked for the scale. So if Earth is the size of this turtle, which I'll also show you in this camera right here, here's the turtle. Jupiter, which is the largest planet in our solar system, is the size of this basketball. Jupiter is huge. So this is Earth and this is Jupiter. So Earth is still pretty small. My medium-sized planet, it's going to be somewhere between these two things. Maybe that's the size of an orange or a big orange. Not sure. I'll do my best.
A lot of folks are saying in the chat saying you're frozen. So you're not frozen for me, but it seems like you're frozen for some folks.
That's no fun. Alrighty, well, I'm going to close down this fancy setup here and see if that fixes our problem.
Okay.
I'll be going black for just a second.
Yeah, I think it's interesting as folks are saying some people it's working for them, like it was working for me, and other people it wasn't.
Okay, is this working? We have a piece of paper?
It's working for me. Yeah, other people, awesome. Everybody says good. Okay, we're all set.
So Carrie, as we're continuing the program, if you'll put the dice numbers in the chat.
Absolutely.
Thank you. So I rolled a 3, so my planet's going to be medium sized, and I'll be drawing a circle just to kind of show that.
And okay, I'm going to hold up my paper so you can see my
beautiful. So here's my perfect circle. It's beautiful. It's very fantastic.
So Maya is wondering how big is small. So Maya, that's up to you. So my planet, even though it's kind of small, I still kind of filled up my paper. So it's up to you.
It is. That's a really good point. Good question. Okay. So hopefully at this point you have a circle drawn. It can be as big or small as you'd like. So next I'm going to give my planet some moons. Moons can come in all sorts of shapes and sizes. Even though planet Earth only has 1 moon, some planets in our solar system have a lot more. See if you can guess in the chat how many moons Jupiter has. And I'll give you a hint, it's a lot. It's definitely more than Earth's 1 moon that we have.
I would say I'd put a guess in, but I learned it last time, so so I'm not gonna answer today.
That's all right. What are people in the chat guessing?
So let's see. Oh, here we got a lot of numbers. 56, 69, 1, 64, 86, 56, 57, 72, 13, 69, 4. Oh, I think we got a winner here. Lucas says Jupiter is 79 moons.
Whoa, that is a really good guess because that is the exact number that I have. The exciting thing is that if you said more than that, that's okay too, because we're still kind of learning more about Jupiter's moons. And it's possible that there's some that we just haven't noticed yet. So good job there. I don't want to draw 50, 70, lots of moons. So as Carrie's putting in the chat, you're just going to roll the dice and make the number of moons that you roll. So I'll go ahead and roll and see what I get. Oh, I got 2 moons.
2 moons. All right, everyone, 2 moons. Unless you're rolling your die in one, a different number. And if you just feel like doing a different number, that's okay too. Maya, you got 6. You're going to be drawing a lot of moons.
That is a lot of moons. That's exciting. So I drew one funky chicken nugget shaped moon because Mars, I'm drawing inspiration from. Mars has 2 moons and it has some funky looking moons. So I'll draw another one up here. I'll just do a nice little circle and maybe color it in some. I'll make one moon gray. Maybe I'll make the other one orange.
So yeah, I do see my yellow moon. My yellow moon's kind of funky because not because I'm not doing it on purpose like Abby did. I just started drawing on the end of the table.
Well, I mean that works.
I'm so glad that it's scientifically accurate, Abby.
Yeah, exactly. So just like Mars, I have 2 moons, and one of them is not a circle. So scientifically accurate. All right. Well, hopefully you have a few moons in there. If you didn't want to add moons, that's okay too. I think this next step is my favorite. We're going to add some color to our planet next. So the planets in our solar system are a bunch of different colors. These colors can come from things like the environments there or the things that make up the planets. So I'm going to roll my dice and see what color I get. Carrie, were you able to put that in the chat yet?
What color?
Oh,
Cindy. Cindy got us. Fantastic. Thank
you, Cindy. Okay, so hopefully you're seeing that in the chat. You can also be creative with your colors, of course, but I'm gonna roll my dice and see what color I get. Let's see. Nice. 4. Very cool.
So Carmina wants to know if we can add rings. Hold off, okay?
That's a good point. Yeah, we might be adding some rings at the end. That's a good point.
So 4 is blue.
I got a blue planet. It's very
What planets in our solar system are blue, Abby?
That's a really good question. So the planets in our solar system that are blue are Uranus and Neptune. And they're blue because, I'm forgetting one. But for now, I'll just say that Uranus and Neptune are blue because of the gases that are in their atmosphere. But there's another blue planet that I'm not thinking of right at first, and that's Earth. So we have liquid water. We have our oceans that give us a lot of blue. So I'll let you decide in the chat. I have my blue marker ready to go. Do you want my planet to be blue because it has liquid oceans or because it has a gaseous atmosphere? So if you have an opinion.
Do we have liquid ocean or gaseous atmosphere? Oh, Rexon says gas.
Oh, that's the first thing I heard, so I'll say yes. If you disagree, you can make your planet a little different.
And I just am really happy we got blue because blue is my best marker. And so look how pretty my planet is.
Oh, wow, that's beautiful. How did you color that in so fast?
It's my best marker, Abby. It's nice and thick and has plenty of ink.
That's fantastic. I'm making mine kind of a swirly blue. My marker doesn't fill in as easily. I'm also going over the lines a little bit.
So Coco wants to know if she can roll her dice more than once to have a multicolored planet.
That is the coolest thing I've ever heard. I will be doing that for my next planet, I think.
Very cool. And Colleen wants to know what my favorite planet is. My favorite planet's Saturn.
Ooh.
I think that it is just so cool with those rings.
Well, you might be having to give your planet some rings, Carrie, to match your favorite planet.
I know. I might have to. I agree with that.
That's really cool. Okay, well,
I like yours.
My planet has some colors now. It's got some little places where I went over the line, so I just drew over that. That's fine. It's fantastic. Okay.
So Lucas says that his planet is a gas giant 7 times wider than Earth.
That is so cool.
And Oliver's planet is red and blue.
Ooh, I love that. I love these different options.
Mm-hmm.
That's very exciting. Okay, so you can keep coloring in your planet as we move to this next part. But since we had someone very excited, including myself, we will go to the last and kind of the wild card one. So this next category we'll be rolling for is just fun things that our planets need. So I think someone put it in the chat.
Yeah, thank you, Cindy.
Thank you, Cindy.
So look at all those fun features.
Fun features. I forgot I called them that. So the fun features we'll be rolling for are either craters, rings, mountains, storms, a spacecraft, or a space traveler. So I'll go ahead and roll and see what I get.
Storms. Oh, how exciting.
Very exciting. And it's awesome. It's
roll
awesome.
Your dice, see what you're going to get. Ramya wants to know if we can name the people who live on this planet. So Ramya, hold on just a second because I think we're going to get to that.
That's very exciting.
Oh, Jennifer got rings.
Ooh. I think Carrie might have to add some rings to yours.
I know. I'm gonna add a storm first. I'm gonna add a tornado to mine. Aya wants to know if her planet can be named after her.
Yeah. I think that's a great idea. I might have to name mine Planet Abby. That's a really good idea. So I'm just kind of drawing a storm that's inspired by Jupiter. Jupiter is another gas giant, which is cool since we said my planet is a gas giant. So a storm on a gas giant can look like the big red spot on Jupiter, or it can be much smaller. So it's up to you. And if you have any questions about the category that you picked, if you picked rings or something else, just let me know. We can talk about that some more too.
Yeah, so Allison got mountains.
Ooh.
And Dr. Joy put on cotton candy.
Cotton candy, that's really cool.
Lucas's 8th moon is habitable.
Oh, wow, that's very awesome.
And Anne has 2 rings. John has a storm.
Ooh, fellow storm planet. I like that.
And Colleen wants to know if you can have more than one fun feature. Yeah.
Look, oh, that's a great idea.
Check mine out. I've got tornadoes and a ring.
Whoa, you make me want to add a tornado. I'm going to give my planet a tornado.
So my planet's purple because of a new element called vibranium, which comes from unicorns, which is purple.
Wow.
Now, I like your imagination.
I love that so much. I'm going to say that this moon right here is where my unicorns live.
Oh my gosh. And Colin has a castle. I mean, Connor and Kellen have a castle.
Ooh.
That's a cool feature.
I love these fun features. Okay, I think we've reached the point where it's time to give our planets some names. If you have a suggestion for this stormy gaseous giant, let me know. It might be hard to pick, so I'm sorry.
What should Abby name her planets?
What do you think?
Oh, Kepler 1697b.
I love how specific that is.
And blue oxide.
Kepler blue oxide.
There we go. And, all right, now what about mine?
What should
mine is 3 moons. Look, one looks like I was trying to put craters on it, but really it looks like it's a cookie.
I think that's a delicious cookie. That's very exciting.
Urfa, I like that.
I like that too.
I'm gonna use my fun blue pen and name it Urfa.
That's a lot of fun.
And so if your planet is habited, so I will have Urfins are the beings that live on my planet.
Ooh, that's so cool. That is very cool.
So yeah, if you're on Facebook or if your grown-ups are on Facebook, take a picture and post it on there. So and then if you want me to post it, I'm putting my email in the chat.
Did we have any other people naming their planets fun things?
Yeah, so what are y'all naming your planets? Planet Great, cool plaint.
Ooh.
As Pegagon, a mix of Pegasus and my last name. I love it.
I love that.
Oh, so Allison's planet is Green Mountain. Oh, because she's got green for her color and mountains for her special item. Amia's got Earth 2. Caitlin's got Bluey. Isabella's got Rainius.
Wow.
I'm going too fast. I can't keep up. Ruxin is Exo Blue. Ben is Ben Staba. I like that. James's planet is the Cotton Candy Terminator.
That's fantastic.
Jen is Dino. Coco is Mythical Planet. Oliver's got Narwhal. The Friedmans have EA9 and the Unimoon. I like that. Spass Potato is Tina's. Anne is Zonik. And then Lucas is 2 Mass 16 2020B.
Those are some awesome planets.
Bergen is Adventure COVID-free World. Yeah, I want to move to that planet.
That would be very nice, for sure.
So fun. Oh, so Maya got craters for her feature, and she's turning them into unicorn houses.
I think
that's great.
We have some craters on Earth too, so maybe our unicorns live there, and that's why I don't see them that very often.
Yeah, we just learned in a program earlier today that our Carolina bays are from meteors hitting.
That's
very cool.
Maybe you can travel there to go see some unicorns.
Yeah, wouldn't that be fun?
That would be fun. All right. Well, if you didn't get to say your planet named out loud, we are about to do the whole process one more time. So you can make a whole nother planet if you want, or you can just keep adding to yours. Let me switch back over to my camera. It might go gray for a second. There we go. So I have a lovely blank piece of paper again. Time to make my second planet. Feel free to grab another piece of paper if you want to do the same. I'm gonna roll and see what size. So we're back to the size first, where if I get a small number, my planet will be small. Large number, my planet will be large. Ooh, I got a 6. So my planet will be the size, I'm gonna say the size of Jupiter, which is the largest planet in our solar system. And I'll just be drawing a big circle, I guess. Seems slightly bigger than last time. Whew, it's so big, it's hard to draw a circle.
And it is. Mine is a little. It's not a perfect sphere. I don't know if that sends it out of planethood or not.
It's close enough. A lot of our planets are just slightly warped anyway, so that's perfectly all right. Okay, I have my circle. Next, we have the moon category. I'm gonna see how many moons I have. Let's see. Oops, a lot of moons. 5.
So many moons. All right.
And that's kind of cool since I made mine huge like Jupiter, and Jupiter is the one that has the most moons. So that makes a lot of sense.
Oh, so, well, I would say it's because of gravity. You know, is it the bigger the object, the more the stronger its gravitational pull?
That's right. That's awesome. I'll make my moons some different colors. So this big planet can make friends with a lot of different moons. These are my 5. They barely fit in the picture. My planet.
I know. I made my planet so big that my moons are really on the outskirts.
Maybe if I turn my page, there we go. That helps some. There we go. That's awesome. So are people in the chat making their planets with some moons too?
Oh yeah, a lot of people got 5, just like us. 3. Let's see. Yeah, so people are working on their moons. Oh, Maya says all her moons are black because of black sand.
Ooh. I'll make a black planet too, or a black moon too. I have so many. They deserve different colors.
Oh, and Lucas's planet has purple lava.
Ooh. Maybe I can make this one purple. There we go. Very cool. Okay, so our next one, as I'm finishing up coloring in my moons, our next step is to color in our planet too.
Maya's planet is home of the cornicans who hate unicorns. So I sense an interplanetary war starting here.
Well, that's fun. It's fun to have little planet rivalries. So that's pretty cool. I hope your planets have little flags that go along with if you like unicorns or not, you know. Okay, so I'm gonna roll and see what colors I have. In the spirit, I believe it was Coco that said it. I'm gonna roll it twice to see if I can get 2 colors on my planet.
I like it.
I got a 1, so my planet's gonna have some green on it.
All right, green.
Let's see what else. And a 4. So my planet's also going to have some blue on it, which is funny because that's what Earth has.
I was just saying, we know a planet that's a blue and green planet, don't we?
We like it very much. So I'm just going to draw a kind of Earth-like planet.
I think I'm going to draw Pangaea.
Ooh, that's fun. Carrie, do you want to explain what Pangaea is?
Sure. So Pangaea, if you know what it is, put it in the chat.
Ooh, we'll challenge.
Our Earth's evolution, all of the continents at one point were in one landmass called Pangaea. So it's one big continent and then one big ocean. Yeah, so and then with plate tectonics, the continents split. And so, and if you want to Google this, some of the pictures are just fabulous. But India is the subcontinent. So, Asia splits away from North America, and Africa and South America split. India goes and crashes up into Asia, which is what forms the Himalayan mountains. So it might be kind of cool to get mountains for my fun feature.
That's very true. It'll be cool to see how our fun features make this planet different than the planet Earth we know. But that's really cool.
I'm glad I chose Pangaea because my green marker is substandard. I'm glad that my wonderful blue marker, I'm going to do the rest of the ocean with that.
Oh, that's fun. This is my biggest continent. Someone said they should name their planet after themselves. I'm going to name this big continent after myself. This will be the continent of Abby.
Ooh, that's a great idea.
Perfect. What colors are other people using for their planets?
Let's see. So Lucas's volcanoes erupt purple lava, so that's pretty cool. Ruxin is red and gray. That sounds neat.
That's very cool.
I bet that's a cool planet. Orange and red, red and yellow. Let's see, purple. Ooh, Damien planet has lava ring and water moons, which sounds amazing.
That sounds
Lucas,
cool.
Oh, Lucas has a toxic element called dethium.
Ooh, we love some fun toxic elements. That's very cool.
We do. Oh, Colleen says you're good at drawing, Abby.
Oh, thank you. It's a lot of fun just to fill things in sometimes.
Yeah, so we have an orange and red planet. Ben has a volcano named Acid. I'm not sure I said that right.
That's pretty cool.
Red and blue planet. So we've got some really gorgeous planets. So I hope that you guys will share these pictures with us because I want to see all of y'all's planets.
Oh, me too. Sounds like a lot of creativity is happening right now. That's very cool.
It does. Well, Lucas's lava is hot and toxic.
Oh, wow.
Carmina's planet's oceans are going to be red because of the iron content. I love it.
That's so cool.
Very scientifically accurate.
I like all the thought that's going into your planets. Okay, so I think I have colored my planet in as much as I can. I'll move it around because it's so big so we can see it. So now it's time for our fun features. I think in the spirit of rolling for 2 colors that we should also roll for 2 fun features. We'll see if they contradict each other, but let's see what we get. So I'm going to roll. They might be in the chat. Let me know if we're having problems with that. Okay, so I'm going to roll and see what fun feature I get. So I got a 3, and that means I'm going to make some mountains, which makes sense.
It does, just like my Himalayas on my subcontinent.
Yeah. And I did find that there is a planet in our solar system that is not Earth that has the world's largest mountain. Does anyone want to guess which planet in our solar system has the largest mountain?
Oh, oh, yep, everybody knows. So we've been doing a lot of programming this week.
Well, that is awesome.
So everybody knows what planet. What is that mountain called?
Ooh, yeah. That's the other part I had forgot. And I had to remind myself what it was called.
Does anybody know what the mountain's called? Oh, Anne, you're really close. And Roman, you're really close too.
Oh, yes, I think someone got it.
Lucas got it. Olympus Mons.
Good job, everyone. That's really cool.
Yes, very good. You guys are so smart.
That's awesome. I see we have some Astronomy Days fans in the audience. That's really cool.
Yeah. Oh, Oliver has a water planet mixing with a fire planet.
Whoa.
That's interesting. Does that turn into like a steam planet? So here, I'm just going to show my mountains.
Ooh. Okay. Well, I have my mountains here.
Oh, Colleen wants to know, Abby, what are you naming your mountains, your mountain range?
That's a really good question. I think in the spirit of the Olympus Mons, maybe I'll name this mountain range here that's on the continent of Abby, Olympus Abbey. I think that's a pretty cool name. So we'll go with that.
Oh, and Lucas's planet is geologically active. Very cool.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Ooh, and Tina's moon is half lava, half ice.
Whoa.
Damien's planet's green because it rains is it like $1,000? Is that why it's green?
That's
And Allison got craters and storms. Her second planet is a wild planet. And Ramya has an orange and pink planet called PO. Cool.
That's
and Emma made a mountain called Magic Mirror. Ooh, I like that.
Whoa. That is very cool.
And Adrian's name is Ice Cream Sandwich Land. I think I want to move there.
I want to too. I want to move to both the Ice Cream Sandwich Land and the Money Land, and I will spend all my money on more ice cream sandwiches.
That sounds pretty fun. We've got a star named Mindy Lou.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, I have drawn a lot of mountains. I'm going to roll again and see what other fun feature I get. The only one I don't want to get is mountains again, so let's just hope we don't get another 3. Oh, I got a 1.
Ooh, what's 1?
So 1 is craters. I'm going to make some nice craters for my planet.
That sounds fun. And so if you want to, see what did you guys get? I'm going to add some craters to mine.
I'll draw some very dramatic craters that kind of wiped out the other landscape.
Ooh, yeah.
Maybe there's some along my coastline.
Oh, Cindy, would you mind pasting the colors again? We have a question for colors. And Caitlin's got craters and rings.
Ooh.
My craters give my planet kind of has a funny face.
I love it. I think that's epic. I'm also going to draw maybe some asteroids in my atmosphere or just outside my atmosphere, because that's how a lot of craters are made, from asteroids crashing into planets, or little bits of them even crashing into our planets. So there's one headed for my planet right now. He's up here.
Okay, Damien's planet is called Bank.
Ooh.
And Anne has lava and rings called Firevania. Ooh.
That is so cool.
That sounds pretty dramatic.
Yeah. I think a lot of planets are really dramatic, and that's what makes astronomy so cool to learn about. There's going to be one crater that's where an asteroid smashed into my ocean.
Very cool.
All right. Well, I think my planet has a lot of craters and a lot of mountains. It has some deep spots and some really tall spots. So what do you think this planet should be named? It's definitely got a lot of personality. If you have any suggestions, let me know. I'm really at a loss for what to call it.
All right. What do we think? Oh, the Abby planet.
Oh, nice.
That's from Caitlin. Lori says Junum. Lucas GQ Abby B.
I love the house specific.
And Zonic, Oliver Mon, Ben, Pennsylvania. But like spelled like pencil.
Nice.
Jennifer says Planet Crazy with 2 Z's. Maya says Camp Jonas. Ramya says Planet Pio inhabited by Pinktonians. Storab says Penim. Agrima says Onquinoa. And Oliver says coal. Planet Crazy Pencil. I love it.
Cold. I'm trying to think of the other suggestions. I think it needs one more word.
Planet Agrio. And Maya says B23.
Agrio B23. Well, this is a long named planet, but I think it's very fun. So
I like it. Lots of different fun names.
To Planet Crazy Pencil called Agrio B23.
Yeah, that's so fun.
Rolls right up.
Mine doesn't. What about mine? What should mine be? Mine's got a funny face.
That is a funny face.
It is a funny face. It looks like it's got 3 eyes and a funny mouth.
Planet
Talismans.
Hugo.
Hugo. Hugo, did you draw a planet? Are you on here?
Yeah, so I didn't draw anything because my planet is gas, so my paper is white.
That's cool.
All right.
It's a gas planet, but I think that the Hugo planet is the best planet ever.
I'm seeing some
Yes.
other fun suggestions for your planet too, Carrie. Like
Ellen
giant.
says mine is it's like a planet of one tiny island. Yes, Pangaea is kind of small. Oh, and Agrima's planet has a planetarium.
That's
So maybe her planet can see all of the rest of our planets.
whoa.
That's pretty cool.
That is really cool. And if some of you maybe made like rocket ships or satellites, maybe you can study our planets too. That's really cool.
Lucas, I like yours. Burbabuff, inhabited by Burbabuffians.
Oh,
I think that's it. I think that's what I think that's the winning name.
I think so too.
Burbabuff. Only because I really want to meet some Burbabuffians.
I would too. That is really cool.
So y'all have given me a really great lesson in pronunciation today. So you've really worked my skills of trying to pronounce everything. I hope I did all your planets justice with my pronunciation. So
I think you did a great job. Well, I have made 2 planets today. I made Kepler Blue Oxide and Crazy Pencil Coal Agrio B23. And I had a lot of fun making both. I'll have Carrie tell you about the Facebook post in a minute, but I just wanted to thank you all for coming. I had so much fun with you today. And keep asking some questions if you have any. We can get those answered.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, so I made Planet Urfa, which I think Urfa's pretty good.
I like that name. That's pretty fun.
And then Planet Burbabuff.
That's a cool piece of paper too.
Thank you. I'm lucky I had it sitting on the table here. So you guys, I want you to, Cindy's going to post the link to the Facebook post where you can upload, have your grown-ups upload pictures of your planet so we can see them. If you are not on Facebook, that's okay. You can just email to me. And I'm going to type my email in the chat. And we might be able to post those on our website. So
Hugo's going to add his, so that's exciting.
So Hugo made a really cool planet earlier. So we'll see your awesome planets. And thank you so much for joining us today. Let me really quickly, I'm going to share my screen again real quick because I want to tell you about our amazing t-shirts. So we have some fun merch about astronomy days. We have hoodies and t-shirts. You can see I'm wearing a hoodie from last year today. And so you can go to our museum store and get that. I want to say thank you to Abby for taking us through this really fun activity. And I want to say thank you to NC Space Grant for sponsoring Astronomy Days this year. Thank you so much. And thank you to our members of the museum. I hope that some of you are members of the museum, and our members allow us to do all this really cool programming. So if you haven't joined, please join us. And we have some more fun programs today. Tonight, you can hang out with Miranda, Hugo, and I in Skip of the AV Geeks while we watch Empire Strikes Back. So we are going to be very excited. As mine and Hugo's favorite Star Wars movie. So we're really excited to watch it with you. And if I think Cindy probably put a link for the survey in the chat, do that. And I will, and you can tell us what you think of Astronomy Days. So thank you everyone so much.
Thank you all. That was so much fun.